already has a fleet of dozens of nuclear submarines that are constantly ready to strike anywhere on Earth in the event of a conflict. So it wasn't about frightening Vlad at all. It was about getting us to talk about something other than his long friendship with you-know-who.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey, what was his name again? And tomorrow, it'll be something else. Bound to be. He'll demand all cuckoo clocks are set to Washington time or he'll bomb Switzerland. Actually, he pretty much has bombed Switzerland, by the way, by setting a completely random tariff rate for American importers of Swiss goods at 39%.
What?
Which is tantamount to a declaration of war. I mean, it's economic warfare for no apparent reason other than Trump just wants people to beg him for favours. How is his demented tariffing going down with the American people, by the way?
Oh, fabulous.
They're starting to feel the effects, and the American public have moved their submarines closer to him, metaphorically speaking. And it's all a he-man macho contest between a Russian who wrestles bears and an American who dances to YMCA in buckets worth of makeup and a hair-sprayed hairpiece.
I don't wear a toupee.
And Trump made the decision to deploy these submarines after statements from Russia's ex-president Dmitry Medvedev, who now serves as the deputy of Russia's Security Council, which exists to do whatever Vlad says. And Medvedev called Trump's sanctions a clear step toward war. And Donny thought that was rude, so he made a clear step towards war. I mean, he really is that gullible, that easily triggered and predictable. Medvedev says you're being aggressive, and Trump says, aggressive? Me?
Like to punch him in the face.
And Trump announced the escalation in aggression between these two nuclear superpowers in the most appropriate way he knows how, as a tweet on his failing social media site. He wrote, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in appropriate regions just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. He said, you'll love this, he said, words are very important. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Words are very important.
I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
And what is that, thank you for your attention to this matter, at the end of his messages these days? With an exclamation mark on the end. Because, of course, he's shouting it. He has a terrible temperament.
But I have a strong temperament, and it's a very good temperament, and it's a very in-control temperament. I have a very strong temperament, but I have a temperament that's totally under control.
Yeah, I believe you. And, of course, if Russia doesn't back down or call his bright orange bluff, then Trump will double down because that's what he does. And I can see the entire planet getting pushed into nuclear Armageddon by a painted clown off the telly who wants to appear more tough than anything else in the whole wide world, and he doesn't care how many people have to die for that to happen. Your husband's a raving maniac, Melania.
I don't care.
No, I bet she doesn't, no. She's got her place reserved in the presidential fallout shelter. Although I wouldn't count on Donny keeping the door open if you're not there before him, Melania. You're not 28 anymore. And Medvedev, the former president of Russia, made Donny spit his soup this week when he said Trump is playing the ultimate game with Russia. Each new ultimatum is a threat and a step towards war. Not between Russia and Ukraine, but with his own country. Don't go down the Sleepy Joe road, he said. Oh, yeah. I remember. Sleepy Joe. When Sleepy Joe was president, America was doing better. More jobs were being created, prices were lower, and you didn't wake up every morning and think, I wonder what moronic thing the President of the United States of America did while I was sleeping. A president who wasn't so insecure that he had to keep telling us how smart he is.
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
A president who didn't rage tweet in all caps about singers and TV stars and actors who were being very mean. And a president who didn't think that he needed $1,000 million Qatari's king's golden plane or a ballroom he could waddle around that's going to be bigger than a football field. And who didn't worship dictators and pick unhinged fights with America's friends. You know, the good old days.